Hi everyone. Today I want to make a slightly different kind of video showing off DMHub. What I'm going to do is I'm going to develop a new feature live for DMHub to show you how it can be quite easy to develop features for DMHub and give you an idea of what it's like. DMHub is very heavily moddable and we'd like to get more people involved in trying to make mods for it. So this is kind of a demo of how you too can be involved in modding DMHub. So the feature that we're going to try to implement is one of our users suggested that in this maps dialog, it would be nice to have like a find or a filter input that you could type things in, because once you get a lot of maps, it becomes a little bit unwieldy. So we're going to try to live develop that right now. So if I have no idea where this dialog is driven from, what I would do is press F7. And when I press F7, I can see, and I'm going to press Control F to like freeze on this object. And this shows me that this is made in the Maps panel, which is inside the DMHub Core Panels module. So I'm going to go to the Maps panel, and I guess I'll go to, it looks like this one itself is this line, but probably the top level thing controlling it is on line 694. So Maps panel, line 694. So I turn off the debugging and I go into the code mods, and we said it was in core panels, and core panels is not checked out for editing. So I'm going to check this out because we're going to start editing it right now. And we find the maps panel file and we edit it, and it brings it up in my code editor, and then I'm going to go to line 694. So I guess this is something that that builds our dialog. Let's just go back here again and we'll try to get more of an idea of where this is driven from. So I can press the page up and page down to try to cycle through what I have selected here in the debugger. And I'm going to navigate to, let's see, to this, because we probably want to put the new thing at the top of this list thing. So let's see where that's done from. It's done from line 651. We can see if we look over here on the right. So let's go to line 651. And I'm developing this all live. None of this is rehearsed or anything. So it may have a few fumbles and so on in development, and that's pretty normal. Okay, so we create this thing called the tree scroll panel, and I coded this whole thing like maybe a year or more ago. So I don't really remember any of what goes into this. But it looks like we have this thing called the tree scroll panel, which is this whole thing here. And it is, I'm just gonna go and see where it gets put inside this map dialog panel. And I'm kind of glazing over a lot of how this all works. This video is not meant to give you all the details. It's just meant to be like a high level view of sort of what development in DMHub looks like. So we create this tree scroll panel thing, and what we want to do, I think, is we want to, let's call it a filter input. We want to create a filter, which is going to be an input, and it is going to, let's make it take a width of like, I don't know, 80% of the dialogue, and it can be like 24 pixels high, and font size of 18. And then, and we'll align it on the left. And then we're going to try to put this filter input directly above the tree scroll panel. And let's see how that looks. So we save it, and then we go back to DMHub. I'm going to turn off the F7 debugger, and then I just have to reload the maps panel. And yeah, okay, it came up here. I think we probably want it lowered down. Probably we have to put it V-align to bottom to make it go flush against. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, I think that looks better. Okay, and so we want it to not say, we want it to, instead of saying like enter text, we'll say uh, search maps is the text, and then that should, and so we can see that we can change things, and just as soon as we like reload the dialogue, we'll see that it has the right text now. So now we want to make it so that when you actually type the text, it will filter these things. And so the way we do that is that we want to we'll actually put the definition of this below the tree scroll panel so that we can talk to the tree scroll panel from the input. And every time this is edited, and so we make an edit event, and that happens every time you edit the input at all. We want to refresh the search. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to get the tree scroll panel, and we're going to call fire event tree, and that means that we're going to make up a new event, and we're just going to call it the search event. So we're going to fire an event, and fire event tree means it fires the event on the panel, but also on all of the panel's children, which include all of these individual items. So it's going to fire this event, and along with the event, we're going to give the text of the search. So we're going to give our text, element.text. So it's gonna fire that whenever we edit it. And then what we can do is let's work out where one of these guys is. So that is, we can see on the right, they're made on line 283. So if we go to line 283, this looks like the thing, I guess, that, yeah, this is like one single node. It's one single map node. And this is it. And so we made this new event called search. And what we want to do is when we do a search, and we gave this text parameter to the search. What we want to do is we want to hide this if it does not match the search, and we want to show it otherwise. So to do that, we need to work out what's the so this is the name label. Okay, so map.description is what contains the text for the map, like the textual name for the map. So let's map name equals map.description, and let's get the lowercase version of that, so that we can do a case insensitive search. And we can go search text equals the string.lower text. And so then what we can do is we can just say that if we find in the map name the search text, then this in this case we have matches the search, doesn't match the search, and yeah, that should be good. And so if it matches the search, we're going to we're going to set this this element, which is this whole thing, and we're going to do that for each one of these. We're going to set it to not be collapsed if it matches the search, and we're going to set it to be collapsed if it doesn't match the search. And collapsed means that it will completely disappear, and it will also not take up any space. So if we do that, then let's try that out. Okay, so if I want to search, and I'm going to search for like keep. Okay, so that's not working so well. It feels like it's doing nothing at all. So let's see. We are firing event tree, and this is where usually when I code things, I go for my first attempt where I just try to make it all work. And I probably have about a 20 or 30% success rate. I'm very excited when it works the first time. When it doesn't work, then I resort to step B, which is to open up our debug log. And with the debug log, I can, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some print statements. So I'm going to say, and usually I'll do something like I'll put the search colon in front so I can see like all of my log statements. And then in here, I'm just going to filter on that. So I'm only gonna look for anything beginning with search. So I'm going to say that we're searching, and then I'm going to I'm going to look and say what okay, so I'm going to see that this actually gets the text, and then we'll actually put the result. Well, let's actually not do that. Let's just, this should be fine. Okay, and we do see that it outputs, yeah, like it is calling this function. So I think that what might be happening here, let's output the result. So let's copy that whole thing and put it in there, and this will tell us like if we're actually matching or not. So let's clear that out. Oh, okay. Gosh, that's weird. It works now. Okay. I'm not sure why it might not have refreshed properly before. Did I not save it properly? I don't know. But we can see that now it is actually working. It's kind of weird how these are spaced out, and I think that might be because these may have there may be some kind of a spacing parameter on that still. But we can see that we have this working. That you can search, and you can easily filter down to what you want. I'll probably clean this up a bit before like work out exactly why the spacing is slightly odd. But otherwise you can see that in a pretty short amount of time we've implemented a brand new feature which just immediately works pretty well.